Hi everybody, my name is Shannon and welcome to my channel, Another Yarn. Thank you so much for joining me today. I greatly appreciate it. Well, my channel, if you're new here, is all about yarn, knitting, and crocheting and having fun with all of those things. And if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back and visiting me and just being part of my YouTube family. Either way, could you guys all go ahead and like this video? YouTube says it's really cool. And subscribe if you're not already subscribed. That would be greatly appreciated. Well, I went to a yarn store. I know. That's a shock. That's a surprise. It's just, it's a thing. It's an addiction. Okay, so we know knitting and crocheting are definitely hobbies. We like hobbies. We like our knitting. We like our crocheting. And collecting our supplies to knit and crochet with are more hobbies. And purchasing patterns or collecting free patterns, those are all individual and distinct hobbies. So I went into a local to me yarn store called Everything Alpaca. I'll have them linked down below so that way if you want to, you can always get in touch with them and have them ship things to you. If that's what, if you don't have a local yarn store that can do that, go for it. So I walked in and was talking with the owner because she was in there, and I met up with a couple of my friends, and we decided we were just going to work on our knitting projects and, at the yarn store because that's cool. And she was kitting up some yarns. She was pairing up some yarns and trying to do work with some color work patterns and some designs as far as that goes. And it was gorgeous, right? And then one of the other things that she was doing is she's saying, hey, did you see this new yarn that I have? Okay, this is Rossetti, the ball band slipped off. Rossetti cotton gold, right? That's what the ball band says. Yes, I'm going to show it. This is a 65% cotton, 27% pallets, that's the glitter sequins, and 8% glitter yarn. Oh, how exciting is that? Look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? I mean, oh my gosh. It is so pretty. The lovely purple, the hot pink sequins, right? It's called palettes. Those are so nice. So this is a carry along thread. So then I'm walking around the whole store with this because, hello, purple and bright pink. Yes, please. So I'm looking at the different yarns and everything. And then she had on the counter, she was pairing up. Oh yes, I got more than one. She was pairing up this yarn with different patterns to come up with kits. You know how that goes, right? You have the different yarns and things like that. And people get excited when they see it worked up. They might not get as excited seeing it like this, although, hello, that is stunning. This right here is Queensland Collection Perth. It's an Australian superwash wool blend. This is 3.52 ounces, 100 grams, 437 yards. So it is a fingering weight yarn. It's a number 1. It's 80% superwash wool, 20% nylon. Oh my gosh. So I mean, look at these. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Yes. Oh my gosh. Those are gorgeous. So of course I had to get them. Well, obviously, I mean, I'm at my house. I'm not at the yarn store. It just looks like a yarn store behind me. Don't be judgy. Don't be judgy. This has been a lifetime collection. It really has. It really has. This little devil right here, the red one, the yarn that I made him about a decade or so ago. I really did. I got that yarn when I was in Germany, and I was in Germany between 1987 and 1989. Yeah, I do the math on that one, right? And I didn't make him but like a decade ago. Okay, had the yarn for a while. When I say that this is a lifetime in the making, I'm not joking. So yeah, it is. But anyway, back to this gorgeous yarn. So I have this gorgeous yarn. It's like, what am I to make? Well, a hat. Why not? Let's make a hat. That right there. So I was thinking with the brim, I would do the brim with just this yarn right here. And then I would add in this gorgeous yarn for the rest of the hat, right? Sounds like a good idea. I started. Oh, yes, I did. I had to start. Let me set that one down. Okay, so there we go. And if you saw my Tuesday video, yeah, I got it up late, but I did get one up. My Tuesday video, I was looking at a very old pattern book. It's a Norse knitted design pattern book that was so far advanced for anything that I would do. I bought the book in I think 2005, but it was published in 2002, and it had really cool techniques. One of them on some of the bands for the knitting, look at this. That's my band. Isn't that cool? It's like corrugated ribbing. So the purple stripe going down right there, that's knit. And then this variegated one is purl. So knit, purl, same as you're doing for a regular band, but I changed colors each time. How cool is that? So I did use the same ball, and I started it, the ball started at the very center with the purple stuff, you know, kind of like this one. I think this one had more purple, but you know, they're the same, right? It started more of the purple. And then when I took the ball band off, just like here, you know, you've got that color in there. It was that goldy color and everything, and such a gorgeous contrast. I wanted to do something that really set that off. So I was able to maintain that. So I cast on, that was while I was in the store, didn't have a pattern in mind, but just cast on with size 3 knitting needles. I cast on 120 stitches, and then I started doing that corrugated rib. And then I came home and I started looking through patterns, because I wouldn't mind putting this in the yarn store if she wants it, right? To display the yarn and, you know, all just how pretty it is worked out. But I thought it would be better if I actually followed a pattern, because a lot of times when people see things, they want to make that thing, right? And it doesn't help if I make something that is so uniquely and custom and one of a kind and I didn't take notes. That's not always nice. So yeah, I did have the corrugated rib on it, which is a little different, but I went through and I was looking through different patterns that started off with that particular stitch count. Yeah. So I found one I thought was cool. This right here, I'll link this one down below. It is a free pattern, and that is called One Hat, Two Hats. And the reason it's called that is here it is in the unblocked version. There we go, a little better. In the unblocked version, you can see that nice pattern going through, right? And if you wanted to block it, you could turn it into that tam kind right there. Maybe I should come up with better pictures. I don't know. Got the lights reflecting and everything, but I mean, there's just different ways to do it. Do you want to see how it looks with all of the nice little sparkles? Yeah. So I haven't decided if I want to block it or not, because it's not done yet, but look at that. This with the corrugated ribbing on there. I know that pattern is a just a regular 2x2 rib, knit 2, purl 2. That's okay. That right there can be written as the notes if somebody wanted to make the same thing. The lace design of it, I am following the pattern. Isn't that pretty? Look at how that pink just pops. That is gorgeous. So I've got repeat wise, I am on my 3rd set of repeats. I think it's about 4, and then it starts to decrease. Of course, I'll measure it on my head to make sure that I like that length, because I can always add an extra repeat for it, right? You can. It's not hard. But look how that just sparkles and shines. And you can see when I stretch it, what that's going to look like if I chose to block it, and that would block beautifully, or leave it just the way that it is. And that is just going to sparkle, and it's going to shine, and it's going to be gorgeous. And I should be working on anything but this. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Look how pretty that, let me go closer. Look how pretty that is. Look at that design and how well those pop out. Oh my gosh. I'm glad I did it like that. I really, really am. And you can see right here, we've gotten back into the blue color and the mustard, and you can see that the purple thread isn't hindering. It's blending really, really well, because this is purple throughout. There's 200 yards for this. It's purple throughout, but it's got those great pink sparkles. And what I liked about this too, that I noticed, let me pull some off, let me get some, is when you're working with it, you've got between the little sequins, like right here, look at this. Where'd it go? Right here. So right here, you have 2 of them really, really close. Do you see that? So I thought that was really cool. And then you've got a little ways. There's another little sequin, right? You've got a ways and then there's the other one. But you do have that. So it's not just, you know, you have one sequin every 4 inches or whatever it happens to be. You do have some that are popping right, I gotta get it in the camera, right like that together. And that gives it such a nice look. There are so many. This particular yarn does not skimp on the sequins. I mean, how cool is that? And you can see right here, you know, how close they are and everything. If you like the sparkle, I like the sparkle. This is going to give it to you. Oh, I didn't tell you how much this was. All right, so at Everything Alpaca, I'm sure you can get it elsewhere. I don't know where, but I'm sure, right, you know, it's not like they have an exclusive deal. It was $8 for this. There's 200 yards. I believe that's what it was. Yep, 200 yards, 25 grams. So it is like a carry-along thread with the thread and the little sequins. Thought that was great. 200 yards the way I'm using it. Plenty to do a hat. Depending on your pattern and what you're doing, you might be able to get 2. I don't know. You might, right? Depending on your size. But I'll definitely get the 1. I'll have some left over that I can use for accents for something else, which is really, really nice. And then this was, again, it's the 80% superwash Australian wool, 20% nylon, 437 yards, fingering weight. It was $13 for this particular ball of yarn. Absolutely gorgeous. With that much yardage, I know I can get 2 hats out of this. I've done it before. Really depends on how detailed your pattern is and how big you want to make the hat. Can easily get the 2. On the other one, it'll be definitely a 1 hat and maybe some extra sparkles and everything for something else to accent. But I thought that was just fantastic. I think you could do, yeah, I mean, you know, it's a superwash wool and nylon blend. You could definitely do socks with this. I would hand wash them if I wanted to do socks with it. I think it's so gorgeous. I wanted to do something else to really showcase the yarn. Let's see, what does it, yeah, superwash wool. I would still do a hand wash. I wouldn't necessarily put this in the machine and definitely wouldn't do the whole dryer cycle on it. That's just me. You know, if you spend that much time making your project, you don't want to find out after the fact how well you can hand wash or wash it in the machine, how much it's going to either come out of the dryer or not. Whew, you know, that's, again, that's up to you, right? But that's what I decided to work on. I know I've got so many things that I'm supposed to work on, but it was so pretty. Look at the sparkles. Look at that. It just, I had to do it. I just had to do it. I mean, look at that. It's just, how could you not? I mean, look how gorgeous that works up. Look at that. Oh my gosh, I'm staring at it. I'm totally staring at it. Yeah, it just, I had to do it. I was waiting for a pattern. I had the yarn. Well, I had one. I bought the second one, but I had one already. And I just didn't have a pattern for it. I mean, oh my gosh, that is gorgeous. Tell me what you think. Is that something that you're interested in? Do you just cast on different things when you know you've got projects you're supposed to be working on and you just throw caution to the wind and everything? And my husband keeps walking by me going, that's not my sweater. That's not my sweater. No, it's not. But, you know, it's been snowing and cold and everything here in Colorado. So, you know, I need a new hat. And it's got sparkles. He should be happy it's purple. I didn't go for the mustard. Okay, so there's some mustardy color. But, you know, it's okay. All right, everybody. I'm going to let you all go. I hope you enjoyed this, my foray into sparkles and wool and lace and just gorgeous stuff. And I'll have the pattern link down below. I'll go ahead and link down Everything Alpaca. I'm not affiliated with either one. I'm just throwing them there as a service to you in case it's something you're interested in. Go for it. All right, you guys have a great day, night, evening, whatever it happens to be. Bye-bye.